Good afternoon, this is Mike Palmer from Mike Palmer Homes. Wanted to make a video of this house plan. Actually, there's a video we released a couple of months ago, but it somehow got erased from YouTube. So the homeowner was kind enough to let me come back and make the video again. Now, what's really nice about this is I love coming back to my houses after they're completed. And after people put all their finishing touches and done all their nice landscaping, it makes it look a whole lot better. Instead of me coming and seeing everything that needs to be done and you know, worrying about all the little minor flaws that need to be fixed, it's really nice to see the finished product. So this should be a fun one. Now we call this house the Bluestone, and I'll be pointing out features along the way, same style as the other ones, but this house has 3,280 square feet. It's got a garage. Almost 1,200 square foot of garage space, but you've got a few other things going on with the garage, I'll tell you, more than just cars. 194 foot front porch, 250 square foot rear porch, so we've got 4,918 under roof, which is almost 5,000 under roof. So it's actually quite a large house, although you know the front doesn't quite look as large as it is, and there's reasons for that. Because this is like a wedge-shaped lot, and the way it sloped, this was a very difficult lot to build on. We had to build up over here. We had to put steps down. He needed a garage for his boat, but that got into some steep land, so we had to fill in a lot of gravel. But you know, like I said, we got it all done, and we have drainage coming down here. Actually, the whole storm drain, there was an easement, goes right down the side of this property, so we had to be very careful where we placed it. Now, the front here, and also there was a big curb here, so we cut out part of the curb and reformed it so that it's easier to get cars and stuff. And he has a boat and a boat trailer, so he does a lot of backing in here. So we did have to redo that, but it all came out very nicely, and the storm water still goes down the storm drain. So anyway, once again, and also since it was like a wedge-shaped lot, we kind of had to meander the driveway down there. And try to give him as much space as we could. But it all worked out really well. He's got everything done that he wanted to accomplish. So we feel really good about it. But there was all sorts of big, tall trees, and then some of the soil was really soft. We had to take it out of there. We had to adjust the drainage. So anyway, but enough about that. And trying to get a video up that talks about lot selection. So when you're buying lots, you know, you can see what us builders look for and what things make it more difficult. So I always try to talk about that. Anyways, it's real nice concrete work done by our friends over at Lake Norman Concrete. See the front yard, see this very little slope here, but we have to make the water drain. So it comes down to this drain box. And just because of the slope here, because this lot slopes down, and we couldn't make the back too high, or we didn't want to, we put this big drain box here. So we've got that big grate, sends the water under the driveway and where it needs to go. Anyway, you look on the front, we have a decorative overhang over that front window with metal roof and the cedar brackets, the stained cedar brackets. You know, nice. We use a white mortar, white sand mortar, and so we have a white brick. There's not shutters because they're going for more of that clean line craftsman kind of look. All the posts and the gable decoration on the front porch, you have a vaulted ceiling, and that's all stained cedar. Now with these posts, you can wrap the posts, but we like to go with a solid post, although they do cost, but when you wrap it in 1x, we wrap the bottoms and tops with a 1x cedar, but that tends to, through the weather, it tends to warp and it needs a lot more maintenance. So we like the solid post better, but that's all wrapped in cedar and stained, and that light fixture. That's a cool light fixture. And we've got our signature beadboard 90 pine ceiling. I like to put a nice bench here, a nice big sitting porch. All that great landscaping. It is a pretty front yard. Anyhow, let's take a look inside. We got an 8-foot front door with transom over the top. Quite impressive. This is called Flemish glass. It's an obscured glass, so you know you can't really see what's going on, but it does let light in and gives you some privacy. Anyway, we come in, foyer. Okay, we did a Got a wainscoting. It's kind of like a judge's panel, but it's craftsman style. It's all just one by with the clean lines. Got a cove crown throughout the house. Oh, and there's the clock telling us what time it is. You got these cool barn doors. Stained wood barn door. They got an office in here. Here's the home office. Again, we did wainscoting. We've got the judge's panel decoration, 3-panel door, which is real common with Craftsman, and you got a 10-foot ceiling. The cool aviation prop ceiling fan that are real popular nowadays. Anyway, that's the home office. And you can leave the doors open. You can leave them closed with the barn doors. Oh, there's brick detail on the inside. On the front door, got a brick detail on the inside. It matches the fireplace, which is over here. A brick fireplace with a cedar mantel all the way up. And this is a white oak floor, a real hardwood floor. Stairs, you've got the square Craftsman style newel, and you just got a few square details. Goes with that Craftsman look, gives it some detail, also gives you clean lines. And if we look upstairs, up in the loft, they've got the same railing detail up there. So we'll get up there in a little minute, in a minute. Now, in the great room, we've got double sliders, so we've got a 4-panel door looking out at that really pretty pool and back porch. We've got, look how open this is. So you've got your wraparound couch, sofa, your TV, nice flat screen TV. Thinking fireplaces. I am a person that prefers a hearth down there, but sometimes when you get a hearth, your heart raises up a little, raise your TV up a little. So sometimes a little higher than some people like, but it's just one of the things. Most people are fine with it. And we did a built-in here. So it's got a beadboard on the back and a solid wood shelf, or it's a cap made to look like solid wood. Anyway, but the beadboard runs all the way up the ceiling, and he did a distributed audio up there, so you got a speaker. But look at this. I like these built-ins so much better when they get all their memorabilia and their decorations on there. Looks a whole lot better. Well, anyway, this open floor plan. Now what we did, let's take a look at this butler's pantry over here. Wine rack. And this is right between the living room, kitchen, more in the living room. You got your wine rack, and look at that tile. It's almost like a mirrored tile. It's like a glass-like tile, but it's not mirrored, but it's almost mirrored. Anyway, that's a cool feature. And it goes up the stairs, so you have that triangle character. So, get your KitchenAid, low-profile microwave, double oven, fridge, and then a tile backsplash. Love that. Anyway, nice big counter. Nice hood, range hood. Got a pot filler, big gas range. And now what's really nice, you go into the dining area down here, they've got this, it's almost like a buffet. So there's this corner kind of separates the space, and then the shiplap that wall. See the trim on the wall? Well, that's shiplap. So it gives it a nice feature. And the Craftsman style trim with the detail on top. Now with traditional trim, we call it neck and over door. With that Craftsman style, I don't remember the exact name. And also at the end of the dining table is a transom window right here. So you get natural light into your dining room up there from the back porch. Anyway, plenty of room for a nice big dining table. You could have probably extra, put another leaf in there and make that even larger if you have a big family get together. And they've got panels all the way around this island, but you got to check out this island. Look how big that is. Just big enough to where when you reach to wipe it, your arm needs to be a little bit longer. And they got a nice single bowl farm sink. We like that farm sink with the rack system. And look at that fixture. That's cool. Kind of square gooseneck chrome, and that's your disposal switch. You need an air switch because you can't have water, electrical around a wet area. Anyway, and look at that. You can fit 5 chairs with lots of space real comfortably right underneath that island. And we've got the panels that kick out, so there's a knee space under there. Sometimes we do legs, but with an island this big, this really kind of makes it, having it like this where you don't have that overhang, really kind of gives it that cool look we're after. these pendant light fixtures. And this one as well, this dining room light fixture or dining area. There's only one dining area. A lot of people are opting for that one nice sized dining area rather than a formal dining room. And then they have the home office. And look what she's done on the shelves here. That's cool stuff. But you got 3 shelves here on either side. And then the mirror. Mirror in the middle. So, oh, okay. And we call those top cabinets stackers because you got one cabinet stacked on top of another. Look at that. They've got all the memorabilia up there. Pretty things to show off. Now, if this is not enough, you got to look at what we have back here. Back here, you've got, some people call it a dirty kitchen, but it's kind of your whole coffee area, and all that mess is back here with a nice butcher block countertop. And it also serves as their pantry, but you got your small spares fridge in here. You've got, all your pots, pans, and whatnot. And you got a nice set of cabinets here. So all that, the Keurig, the coffee, everything else, a toaster, you can keep that off the counter. So you kind of have an away space or your entertainment kitchen. So that's the main core of the house. Now, went through the main core. You've got this great view outside. All right, look at that nice furniture they've got. They really decked this place out very nicely. Now, once again, we had the cedar crow's foot, the cedar columns, but they did an open porch here. They didn't do a screened in. Look, we got a fireplace out here and TV. And we just redid our porch. It's again a brick chimney and a knotty pine beadboard. And that's more of that helicopter blade style fan, distributed audio. They've got speakers out here, and they got eyeball lights, and there's got stairs going down to the pool. And they had a pool company come and do the pool. We did not do that part, and they built the pool house here to match everything. But still, they did this great yard, and we kind of set it up that way. So I'll come back here in a minute and show you what they're doing down in the basement. But they've got a bar out there. They've got gas for the gas grill. They got another table over here, table over there. Got a convenient spot for their grill right out back. And look at these big doors. This is really, really a pretty space. And both of these doors open, so on a nice day you can open both those doors. Anyway, like I said, that's the main core of the house. We'll go over the master bedroom in a minute. Let's come this way. Over here, right inside your laundry room, you got another cabinet and counter just for miscellaneous, and that's where we put technology outlets and a place to plug in your phones. Makes for a real nice spot. You've got the laundry. Look at the tile in the laundry room. That is cool. It's unique. Nice tile backsplash. Nice utility sink in the laundry with a chrome pull-out sprayer. They really did a nice job picking out fixtures and whatnot here. And our trimmers make these shelves. And this was painted to match the cabinets, which have the same cove crown. And our trimmers make these shelves. I'm sorry. These shelves were made by the cabinet company. These shelves with the chrome rod, a lot of people like that better than the wire shelves. You know, like I said, it does cost a little more, but look how nice that is. So this is really a cool laundry room. They got these appliances up on pedestals so that they're you don't have to bend over to get to. Which a lot of people, when they get to be my age, they get tired of bending over to get to everything. Let me zoom out here. Okay, this is their drop zone. It's got a utility closet here, drop zone, and this goes out to the garage. Show the garage in a minute, but there's a drop zone, and they put a nice oak top on here. Got your cubbies, shoes, hats, everything you need, hooks for jackets and whatnot. And this, a lot of times we do beadboard. This one they did shiplap detail. There's a lot of shiplap in here. Powder room. Look at that sink and mirror. That is cool stuff. And they did a brick accent here. Kind of got that industrial look with that. And again, we got our Craftsman and wainscoting in here. And black hinges, black fixtures. Now this is on the way out to your garage. This is the main garage. They put a beautiful epoxy floor on here. It's got whatnot, mounted a couple of fans. You got your spare fridge. Guess you got your garage fridge and your bait fridge. A fishing enthusiast. But it's got an area for a workshop over here and room for 2 cars. So this is an oversized garage with nice brick steps too. So garage is, oh, got the walk door too. Get out to the other garage. We'll show you that in a little bit. Anyway, so that's this side of the house with laundry room. They got the 1 bedroom down, spare bedroom, guest bedroom. Okay. Beautiful room. Come in here. And here's the guest bath. Look at that tile. Another unique octagon tile. And look how it blends with the shower. And that's a 0 curb shower. So there's nothing to step on here. Nothing to trip over. And this is my favorite detail. I love the waterfall. Sometimes we do an accent stripe this way, which looks fine, but I really like this. It's got a grab bar. Look at that nice niche. Nice niche for all the goodies. That's a cool square shower head. Anyway, got a quartz top, and you got a matching cabinet with its rectangular pulls. Okay, so in this closet, once again, you've got our shelves, our trimmer-made shelves. Sure, it was nice of them to let me come in here. Now, let's go look at the master. Come through our beautiful great room. Oh, yeah, we got a vaulted ceiling. We didn't point out the beam, the cedar cap on the beam. And this wainscoting continued right into the hallway here. Okay, there's another closet this way. And here is the master. Whew, look at that. I really like that. We do that sometimes. People want that window over the bed. Now you can't put a piece of art there, but it lets in natural light. And you can see the trees and everything, but still maintains your privacy. Got a window on each side of the bed. And got a can light over each side. 4 can lights in here. Another shiplap wall. Surrounding a window seat. Of course, you know we're real proud of our window seats. And I know I talk about a window seat a lot, but I have 2 of them in my house, and we have 1 of our family vacation home, and we get a huge amount of enjoyment out of them. And we got technology ports on each side, you know, with a USB charger, so you can sit there, charge your phone or your iPad or whatever. And also another beam, another cedar beam in here. Nice long down rod on that fan. I can feel it. It's really cooling me now. Bathroom. We have done this bathroom, or very similar, kind of got the car wash shower on a number of our projects. So you've probably seen this in other videos. But you got both doors open, make it very grand, but you can close them or open one with the French doors. But look at that tub. That beautiful freestanding tub. You got his and hers vanities, nice and far away from each other, so you don't end up bumping into each other or elbowing each other. You got his and hers entrances into the master closet. You got your commode room over here. Got its own window. It's got crown mold in there. The crown mold all around here. And we really like, oh, we've got 8-inch baseboards. Really like it when these master suites are trimmed nicely. It adds so much. And we've got a half wall. We got a floor to ceiling glass. And you've seen our other videos. These always end up a little different. But we call this car wash shower, car wash style. So you've got your drain in the middle, okay? But you've got a niche over here, so you can't see all this stuff from the main bathroom. And that's really cool to have that footrest niche up there. Ladies like that to shave their legs and whatnot. Now I don't want to get too much into their closet. Just want to show you the organizer systems that our trimmers built, and they're all custom. And they have a cost, but also they're kind of expensive to paint. So it's just something to consider, but it is a lot prettier than wire shelves. Then on the other hand, you know, nobody has an unlimited budget. But On the other hand, you don't entertain guests in your closet. So one more thing to weigh out. So that's the downstairs. That's a lot. Let's go check out the upstairs. Again, we got white oak stairs to match. And the railing has to be continuous, so we had to do like a fun little angle there. We don't want a corner here to catch somebody on the hip. But our trimmers do a real nice job with that. Okay, this is the loft. Got this beautiful seating area, couch, so people can do the commentary when they're playing pool on this beautiful pool table. And there's some other chairs around here. So this is just a fabulous area to entertain. And you see that railing. The railing is above off the ground. That's a structural beam. So we couldn't have that just be level. So we did have to lift up the railing, but it came out real nice. And we had to abbreviate this railing. At first it was done at full height and it got a little too high. So now we got that right at about 36 inches, which works real well on that. But that's also another little safety avenue for little ones. Let's take a look at this. Let's see if you can see the view of this great room from up here. I don't know if this video is doing justice, but this is very, very grand. This is really a beautiful home. I hadn't been in here in close to a year, so this is the music room and office, whatnot. This is manly. You got all man stuff in here. Picture Johnny Cash. Look at these beautiful guitars. And oh, they were thinking about finishing this room over here. This is a great room to play in. Finishing this room here, but they didn't. It's just a storage room, storage space. It could still be finished, but you know, a lot of people really like having storeroom too. So just one more choice. So up here, we've got the loft. We've got the extra bedroom. You know, beautiful bedroom upstairs for the kids, and got this bedroom here now. Got nice cabinets, all that. Look at the tub. A lot of times we're going with a fiberglass tub. I mean, the tile does cost money, but look how nice that looks with that nice niche and that nice clean white tile. That really is a good look for that tub. Really impressed what they've done here. But anyway, and all this up here, all done in white oak. You don't see any carpets in this home, which is something we see quite often. Oh, down the stairs. Did this wainscoting craftsman look, but they did it on an angle down the stairs. I always love that look. We've done it with different styles of trim in a lot of our houses, but it's really quite cool. All right, so we're gonna go look at the backyard. We'll come out this way through the front. There's nice sidewalk work. Now, I don't know if it really shows on here. All this slope, we had to be real careful how we ran the drainage around here, but what I really like on this front porch is you just got one single step. You don't have a super high step. Get up in there, and you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on railings, which can get expensive. But back here, that's the main garage, right? And you can see there's plenty of extra space. There's plenty of extra space for stuff and refrigerators and whatnot. And that's the spare garage. That's the boat garage. So come here, you know, they got the hose and everything set up for washing cars and washing the boat out here, but he also wanted a shed. So this shed is built right in. So that's for the lawnmower and all the yard tools, gas tanks, but he epoxied the floor here. You see that, it's a beautiful epoxy floor. I just recently did that in my house as well. I really enjoy it. But he's got a cabinet, and I wish my yard tools were this organized, but anyhow. And so that's the shed. Now this is the spare garage. That's for working on. Oh, and outside the spare garage, we have this extra door so you can walk in. You don't have to open the garage door every time. It also leads to the backyard. Really cool backyard. So we built a brick platform here. Now we did have to do some creative grading and a lot more brickwork to get this the way we wanted it. See all this extra dirt we had to build up. So it's quite a bit higher than here, but we needed a flat driveway for the boat. So just some of the work we have to do, sculpting the land. And it's not that difficult once you have it planned out, but you have to put a lot of thought into the lot, a lot of thought and vision before you get started. So it's again epoxy floor. Now on this block wall they put epoxy there. I really love that look. And we like to finish our garage. We like to paint everything in there. I don't like to leave just studs. It's just such an eyesore, so we like a nice smooth wall. But as you can tell, very avid fisherman here. It's a fishing boat from heaven. And it just fits, got that breakaway hitch, just fits in here. And also likes to work on the boat. So we've got a mini split, air conditioner up there. So when you're here, you keep this nice and cool. Anyway, so that's the boat garage. Could be used for lots of things, but people like to have garages for their toys. We've done a lot of garages for hobby cars, car enthusiasts, because this is the country for that. Anyway, you come down here. Now, we didn't do the pool and the concrete back here, but I still want to show it to you because we kind of got things set up for that. Oh, this was our septic system. Now, we went through a lot of work planning getting the septic system set up because there's the septic tanks, okay? But you've got, your septic field goes back here, and we had to have enough room for a repair, and we had a lot for the pool. So when we first got our septic permit, we had to go get it modified to make sure we had the room for the pool, and the repair is over there. When I say repair on septic, with a septic you need enough room for 2 leach fields. One is your main leach field that you use, but if something goes wrong in the future, because they can have problems, so that you can replace it, so you don't have to condemn the house. So, and now, for all intents and purposes, I probably won't be on this earth anymore when that becomes necessary, but the house will still be here. So this is the mini split for the garage. That's just the outside portion of it. Anyway, this fence around the pool. Okay. Figure out that handle. Anyway, this beautiful pool area. Anyway, this is an entrance to the crawl space. Now, typically, sometimes a house with a lot that slopes this much will put a basement in. This person didn't want a basement. The porch got kind of high, and that can be a little tricky putting a concrete porch up that high. You either got to fill it with gravel or run a metal pan. We ended up doing it on a metal pan because the gravel tends to blow things out and when you go that high. Nice brick steps. They are beautiful, but they're not cheap. And you've got, our powder coated aluminum railing. It's kind of pricey, but I hate to trying to mount wood stairs to brick and concrete just doesn't work very well. It's the crawl space. Okay, not a whole lot to see here, but we did put this metal slab in here for him. So he plans one day, he hopes to make this a washroom. Put a commode there and a sink and frame this and close it off so they can have, and it's not going to be formal, but so from the pool, they can have a bathroom right here. But this is a nice high crawl, so, you can put store stuff in here. And you can stand up in it, have a full-size door, which is a lot nicer than crawling through a little tiny crawl space hatch. They've got the pool. Said they built this pool house and everything else back here. And it's a great area. Now, our homeowner did call our landscape contractor back afterwards and had him come out and do all this paver work. So it is although we didn't manage this, but a key member of our team over at Simply Better Landscaping did a beautiful job with these pavers for him and did a bunch of work here. But look how beautiful that lawn is. All the plants in the yard here is just kept up. It came out really well. And when they planted it, though, the rain just worked out really well. Everything hit just right. So that back area over there is where we have our repair area, and our septic lines run this way. Although you can't tell, you just see nice grass. But when you build up all this dirt for this earth to make the pool flat, you really can't cross the septic line. So that's something that has to be paid attention to. Back here, and look at that pretty porch. Big, huge porch. Well, it's cedar we put up, and you've got another metal roof accent back here on the back, which a lot of times you don't see things from the rear back porch, but this one you will, because you're back here at the pool. Anyway, this pretty much the makings of a dream house. And I'm pretty sure this community has access boat slip, so they can take their boat right in the community. We have a dormer up top there for windows up into that loft area. And that about concludes our video for today. I hate grubbing for likes, but if you find things of value on the channel, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, because we got more content coming, and this helps get our message out to people so they can see what we do, why we do it, and hopefully people that even aren't in our marketplace can helps raise their awareness and helps increase their knowledge when they're building a home. And once again, thanks for visiting our site, and we will see you on the next video.